God works all things for the good of those who love him. You know, we say this all the time, right? Like we cling to this, or we place these on our walls and stuff, this phrase and this saying, but I'm wondering if we really believe it. Like when it comes to the what ifs and the unknown of life, can we really believe that everything is going to happen, and that God, like everything that's going to happen is going to be for the good of those who love God? For us, is it going to be for the good? You know, this last year there have been so many circumstances that have been scary. It's been so unstable in this world the last few years, and specifically in this country. And the instability, it's just really real and valid. And I want to give you some specific tools to help with the fear of the unknown. I would suggest, one of the things I would suggest is to create your own stability. Like there are things you do have power over. Like you have power over what you choose to do day to day. And you can create some stability in your daily that will help with you with the mental and emotional stress of the instability that's going on in the world, in the country, all of the unknowns. Having this sort of cultivating healthy habits is going to be like really critical for your mental and emotional health here. And I think that's probably fairly wide known, but I wanted to just put it out there and really like tie it with the fear of the what ifs. Like you can control what time you get up and what time you go to bed. You have complete control over that, and that can create some stability in your life. Create habits over like what you do eat and what you don't eat. Take a walk every day, do a workout, make some sort of movement a part of your routine. Cultivate a designated time and place to sit with Jesus every day. Like this is huge, even if it's just like 5 minutes. But this is going to be a game changer if you can do this. And if the fear of the what ifs are really a struggle for you, I'm telling you, cultivate some healthy habits and create your own stability in your daily. Now, I've raised 4 boys. No, I'm not even done raising them. Like I'm in the middle of raising 4 boys. And I'm telling you, this has been, this is critical. It's critical to creating some sort of stability in the craziness of my day to day. Okay. Now, let's be clear that the fear of what ifs, that's not all bad. Like we have to have a little bit of a healthy fear, right? To get us into some kind of an action to make a plan. Planning is biblical. Like it's totally okay to make like a plan for a what if. That's healthy. The thing is, when we let the fear of the what ifs kind of paralyze us and stop us from moving forward, that's when it becomes pretty dangerous, right? Like we were made with the ability to walk on waves, you know, like throughout the waves of life, throughout the chaos, God has given us the power to walk in all circumstances with joy and strength, and we have the power that rose Christ from the dead. So fear of the what ifs do not need to overtake us. I mean, gosh, you can watch Christians in areas where they're persecuted, and it's amazing to see what persecuted Christians are dealing with. I mean, the threat of death and pain is tangible in many areas of the world. So the what ifs are much more detrimental in some places than others, right? But you can see like this joy and perseverance and faith ooze out of Christians in these kind of environments. And I mean, I'm sure it's not like an easy walk. Like it's not just a walk in the park, I'm sure of it. But the power of Christ that faithful Christians have in these persecuted areas is the same power that's available to us in our everyday. For us in the US, where there's not, where we have so much freedom still. So much freedom still. Okay, so when there are certain scenarios that kind of come to mind for you that are more terrifying than others, in this whole series, as we're talking about fear, someone had said that they're really terrified of their husband dying and having to raise their children on their own. And yeah, that's totally valid. So when fears like these kind of pop up and can start really being almost traumatic because we're letting our mind go there, I would encourage you to look at those who have gone before and done it and overcome, and see how God has pulled through for them. And that will help, I think, for you to know that it's possible. Like it didn't do them in, they did it. So if that were to occur, you can make it too. We can say, okay, so I, the other day, posted a picture of all of my boys, and I confessed that I know I'm going to fail as a mom, and I cannot protect them and completely as much as I want from the evil in this world. And then I declared that I believe that God is going to fill in the gaps. I know that I'm going to fail, but it's okay because God's going to fill in the gaps. And, lots of times we can say things like this, but it's not going to give us the strength to overcome unless we actually believe it. A nice meme or a quote on the wall, it's just not going to give us the strength we need to overcome the fear of the what ifs and all of the things if we don't believe it. The thing is, when I say that God is going to fill in the gaps where I fail, I completely believe it. I completely believe it. And so I don't need to be super fearful about these things. I'm going to apply myself to being the best mom I can. But I'm not going to get it right all the time. And I know and I truly believe that God's going to take care of them. And I'm so thankful to have this kind of confidence. And don't get me wrong, like, there's moments where it falters. Okay, I'm human. I'm totally human. But those moments, they don't last long. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So how do you get that kind of confidence when fear comes your way? Well, I want to give you four quick tips. You're going to need to practice thoughts. And let that live in those thoughts long enough to create an emotion, because a belief is not just something you know to be true. A belief is a repeated thought and emotion, and it creates these rivets in your brain. So if you want to create that kind of confidence to really believe that kind of a truth, you're going to need to practice those thoughts and create that rivet in your brain so that your thoughts can go there. And emotions play a part of that. Okay, so second, I want you to look for evidence of his faithfulness to you in the past. Prove it. Prove it to yourself that God has been faithful in the past and he's going to do it again. All right? And then, like I said before, look to others. You can see that he's done it in other people's lives. So then you have even more evidence. And when I'm talking about looking for evidence in your past, I want you to find specific moments where you have seen God pull through for you and where he used something for your good. And in the moment, though, it didn't feel like it. But in the long run, when you look back, you're like, holy cow, God totally used that for the good. And when you have those kind of evidence, your brain is going to be able to absorb that more, and you're going to be able to believe it more for your future. And then number 4, surround yourself with people that will encourage you and speak truth and not feed those fearful thoughts of the what ifs and all of those things. All right, that's it. I just wanted to make this short for you, a little encouragement. Tackle those what ifs. And all right, I love you.